Yes, people, back in the building for another live watch along. We are watching Morocco versus Croatia right now. Kickoff should be in about 10 minutes time. This should be a good game. Obviously, we're kicking off. I believe it is group. What group are we in? Group F. We're kicking off Group F first, and then Group E games will be taking place throughout the day as well. It should be a good game against two very decent sides. To be fair, I mean, on paper that Moroccan side looks really, really good. So it should be very interesting to see what happens. Make sure you're hitting that like button, that subscribe button as well. If you're new, hit a notification bell and all that good stuff there. Follow the socials down below. Let's get into these teams though, because we have some interesting changes. Obviously, if you remember in the AFCON, Morocco, they were missing Hakim Ziyech, they were missing Noussair Mazraoui as well because of they had issues with the coach. Well, they're now back in because that coach has been sacked. So let's have a look at the teams for right now. So you have Yassine Bounou, or they will refer to him as Bono, in the goal for Morocco. Obviously, we know about Ashraf Hakimi, and then obviously I mentioned Mazraoui, Naif Agard, and Romain Saiss. So those two will be at the back there. Saiss and Nagard will be partnering up in at the back, the two centre backs, and then Hakimi on the right, Mazraoui on the left. Then in midfield, you've got Sofiane Amrabat, Ohani, and Amala will be the three in midfield. And then up front, you've got Hakim Ziyech, Soufiane Boufal, and then Youssef and Nesri up front. Now we move on to the Croatian team, and you've got Livakovic in goal. You've got Dejan Lovren, Borna Sosa, Joskov Gardval and Gardio, and Josip Juranovic. Then in midfield, you've got Marcelo Brozovic, Mateo Kovacic, and Luka Modric. And then up front, you've got Ivan Perisic, Nikola Vlasic, and Andrei Kramaric. Now we just move on to the bench. Then we've got El Kajui, Tagnauti, Hamdallah, Zauri, Sabri, Chair, Abukal, Azal Zuli, El Yamik Ashraf, Chadira, El Kanus, I think it is, Benoon, Atit Allah, and Jabran. And then for Croatia, you've got Gerbic, Ivusic, Stansic, Barisic, Erlich, Major, Livaya, Palisic, Petkovic, Budmir, Orisic, Vida. You've got Sutlo, Sukic, and Jakic. So that is teams right there. Should be an interesting game in terms of strengths and weaknesses for both sides. You've got for Morocco. Obviously, there are a couple of stars in there. In Hakim Ziyech and Ashraf Hakimi. There are a couple of stars in there that can provide something. This is their second consecutive World Cup as well. Then obviously you've got Amrabat in midfield, who's very hardworking. So those are their main strengths, I believe. In terms of their weaknesses, the coach has been accused of playing defensive and pragmatic football in the past, and he's not been able to work with this squad of players for too long. It's only been 2 months, so it's going to be interesting in what kind of tactics he's kind of embedded in the team, so that they can actually make use of some of their actual attacking talents, especially on that right hand side with Hakimi and Ziyech. Now, as for Croatia, in terms of their strengths, their midfield is going to be their strength. Obviously, they're able to dictate games with the likes of Modric. Obviously, we know his strengths. Kovacic and Brozovic in there. the new look defense as well looks good too. I mean, obviously, I think we're more used to. I forgot his name. He plays for Atletico Madrid. We're used to seeing like the likes of what's his name? Is it Savage? Is it Savage? I think his name is. I forgot his name anyway. But yeah, they're used to seeing certain defenders, but it's a bit of a new look defense. Obviously, Dejan Lovren is like a mainstay, but Sosa and Galvo are like the new breed that are going to come through and help them. And it looks as if their squad as a whole is pretty deep, and it's pretty versatile as well, especially with the players on the bench. Now, in terms of the weaknesses for their team, the goalkeeper is very unreliable. And obviously, as I mentioned, it's a bit of a new look defense. Those defenders are inexperienced too, so that's also very interesting. And then obviously they don't have an established goal presence up front. Kramaric is not the most prolific of goal scorers, so you're going to have a lack of goals as well up front. So it's going to be very, very interesting too. But I feel like this game should end up being a very, very competitive game. I'm looking forward to seeing Morocco play once again after watching them in the AFCON. I thought they were very, very good, but they were undone by a very resolute Egyptian side who were very pragmatic. They found them very difficult to break down. I think also the fact that it was a semi-final, plus the fact that there was two North African powerhouses that there was a lot of tensions running high that day, and so let's see if they've been able to overcome that defeat that they had earlier on this year and be able to start this campaign off very, very well. Don't forget that because this is their second consecutive World Cup, but a lot of these players that are in the side right now weren't at the last World Cup. So it's very interesting to come and see what they have to do with a lot of these players with their debuts and whatnot. Right now, national anthems are being rung out. We've got about 4 minutes till kickoff. I'm sure I'm going to be behind whoever's watching with me still, but it should be interesting. Yo, big up Drizzy. Yo, you said it's too. Yeah, I know it's early for you lot. It's so early for you lot. But big up yourself for coming through, man. There's going to be some good games today, man. So make sure you stay tuned. And obviously tomorrow, the big one, Ghana are playing against Portugal, 4 p.m. UK time. So I'm ready for that one still. But big up Drizzy still. It should be a good game. I can't wait for this one. I'm actually going to be back 1 second. I need to get some water. They're just showing the lineups right now. I feel like I'm like a minute or so behind, man. This thing keeps going on. This thing keeps going on. Yeah, kickoff is literally close to starting. Maybe I'm not that far behind. Maybe I'm like 40 seconds from the actual action. The stadium's not full up, but I guess this may be due to, I mean, they're showing the outside of it, or not where I can see where the entrance is, maybe. There are still people walking around outside, so maybe there are people trying to still get in. It's not full up, but we are due to kick off very shortly, any minute now. And we've kicked off, so yeah, it's about a minute behind, I think, in terms of my feed. So we'll see. But Morocco, in their second consecutive World Cup, a lot of expectation on the shoulders of the team. Let's see if they actually play with a different style of football than they have been over the last couple of months, with their new manager basically being he's basically come in the last 2 months, so he hasn't had a lot of time to work with the squad. He's been accused of playing pragmatic and defensive football in the past. Whereas Croatia, I'm interested to see what this new look, or kind of new look defense has to offer. Obviously, we know about Dejan Lovren and his in his time in England with Liverpool. Here's Perisic. There's Brozovic, Modric. Croatia were a bit disappointing in the Euros, as far as I remember. I feel like they went out in the group stage. They were in the same group as England, and I thought that they was going to come to Wembley on that day when I watched that game and really ball out, because that midfield was way stronger than the England midfield at the time, on paper anyway. But they just weren't able to perform. Let me just get that. Let me just see where they actually ended up in that tournament. I'm sure they definitely didn't qualify. I think they went out. Oh no, they came second in that group, but then they went out to Spain after extra time. Yeah, so they went out in the last 16. So it's a pretty disappointing return for a team. Do you know what I mean? I'm listening to your Watchalong at work. Big up yourself. I got my Ghana jersey ready. I'm telling you, I got mine ready. I got my flag ready as well for tomorrow. It should be a good game. Hopefully, we get a result. I'm not gonna say we're gonna beat Portugal. Like, they've got a lot of good individuals. Although the coach may be an issue just because he's Kovacic. Because Santos is a pragmatic coach. We already know this. I'm wondering how Ronaldo is going to react after him leaving United. Is he going to be a bit of a spring in his step? Hopefully not, but we'll see. Perisic up against Hakimi. It's actually interesting with Morocco playing the 4 at the back, because at AFCON they were playing with the 5, and I thought that was a good formation to help Hakimi, because he's Saiss clearing out for a corner. It was a Morocco throw, but it was a loose touch there. And Kramaric was nearly in. Kovacic and Modric over the ball there, about to take the corner. Take it short, tried to cross it in. Looked like it was something off the training ground. Morocco are really messing up this clearance. Here's Kovacic in the box now. Modric trying to work space for a shot. Ooh. Here's Modric. Out to Sosa. Gvardiol. Modric. Kovacic. Loose touch there. Here's Ziyech. They lose the ball. Kovacic skips past a couple. That's a good tackle from Amrabat. And Ziyech switches the play. Saiss and Nesri. His boot foul chance. Ooh. Mazraoui coming forward. He's left space there now. Croatia coming forward. I like the flow of the game so far. Here's Kovacic. Sosa. Big up NN. Big up yourself. This should be a good game, man. Hope you're well. Here's Brozovic. Loose touch. He loses the ball. Morocco pick it up, and I think it's a foul by Brozovic, yeah, because he had a loose touch and he was stretching for the ball. On Amala. Amrabat. Hakimi. Here's Hakimi now. Ziyech tried the crossfield ball towards Mazraoui, but to Buffon, but no, there was no power on that pass. Oh, they're pressing really high though. Gvardiol is down. It's a foul by Hakim Ziyech. Gvardiol, 20 years old. as I mentioned before, part of that kind of new look defense with him and Sosa coming in. Relatively inexperienced at this level. I noticed that though, like the stadium is not as full up as I thought, but maybe people are still trying to get in because remember they had these issues with tickets and stuff. That's the thing I thought anyway. But the stadium looks like it's filled out a little bit more from the start of the game. To be fair, so Kobe just losing the ball there. His Yech, we tried to find a Nesri. It was a good idea, but good defending by Vardio. He just intercepted that, anticipated that as well. So throw into Morocco, Hakimi. A guard to Sice. Gives it to Amrabat, back to A guard. Here's Amala. Sice trying to pass the ball. Is Mazraoui. Switches play towards Yech. Should be able to gather, no, goes out of play. Throw into Croatia was a good idea. Maybe just the execution on the pass. The Morocco fans are out there. They could say that. I mean, I'm not, as I mentioned yesterday. I'm sure governments of a lot of these nations have subsidized flights, tickets to try and get some supporters over to Qatar because Qatar is expensive. So I'm sure that's the case for some Moroccans. Obviously, there'll be probably Moroccans that maybe work in the Middle East or live there, so live and work there. Sorry, so they would have also come over as well. So, and there'll be plenty in Europe too. So that would have traveled over. Here's Bufal crossing towards Hakimi. Does well there. Ziyech has time, space, takes a shot, blocked. Here's Hakimi again. Can he put a cross into the box? He does. Deflected off Sosa into the hands of the keeper, Likovic. 13 minutes gone, still 0-0. I think out of the two sides, I think Morocco are a lot more dangerous, man. Like I feel like, despite the fact that they're playing with a back four, Hakimi's getting forward a lot. Mazraoui's also getting forward as well, as much as possible. And Nesri's getting involved in the play, just dropping deep sometimes, getting involved in the play, just getting some touches on the ball. You know, their midfielders are working hard. Amrabat, Amala, they're working really hard. Perisic finding Modric. He's got an opportunity to cross. He does with the outside of his right boot, but just a bit too much on it. and cleared by Morocco. And Nesri, ooh, that was a no, that's not a Nesri, sorry. That was Buffal. It was a good touch. Ball too much for Perisic there. He appreciates the pass though. Lovren, Vardio, Sosa. I think without the ball, Morocco are set up very well, and this is where that accusation of defensive football has been lobbied at the new coach for Morocco. You know, they're not pressing in unison. There's maybe one or two that will try and press when they feel like they're in the zone. But for the large part, when they don't have the ball, you can see their shape is set up very, very well. So they won't concede a lot of space for Croatia to play in. Croatia have to be very smart with the way they move the ball. There's a few Croatians in attendance here as well. I mean, that midfield for Croatia is getting on in age now with Modric and Brozovic in their 30s. Ball given away. His Perisic takes a shot. Ooh. Had a lot of power on it, but it was always rising. Amala gave the ball away. He just apologizing to his teammates, but Perisic had a good World Cup last time in Russia. Just over. It's just over. Bono in the Morocco goal was stretching. Here's Amrabat. Strong. But the pass at the end wasn't good. Yeah, nah. Croatia are unsettled. They're unsettled at the moment. Morocco are definitely on top. Here's Ziyech. It's good to see Ziyech back with the national team, to be fair. I think like Morocco missed a little bit of something without him there at AFCON. Ziyech cross. Ooh, that's a great cross towards En-Nesyri. Just couldn't get his head on it. But yeah, Morocco are definitely on top right now. For the dominance, they need a goal, to be honest. Croatia are struggling. I'm not too sure why that is. I mean, it is, what time is it? Would it be over there? It'll be 1 o'clock now, 1 over there. So the sun is high in the sky. It is going to be at its warmest point right now over there. I don't know if that will be affecting the Croatians, but they're getting overrun right now. Here's Amala. Amrabat. Hakimi. Ooh, and that is a free kick. Late challenge on Hakimi. Foul by Modric. Yeah, it's late by Modric. It is a foul. The ball's gone. He feels like he got a piece of the ball, but I think he got a piece of the man first before getting a piece of the ball. Yeah. Oh, I think he got the ball first, then he got a piece of the man. So it was on the follow through, but it is a free kick to Morocco. Hakimi is a danger man at set pieces. We saw him score a couple of goals at the AFCON from free kick, from a free kick. I know he scored in the game against Malawi from a free kick, and I'm sure he scored. Is it against Egypt potentially as well in that semi-final? Not too sure. This one's a bit straight, so they're gonna have to get a bit of bend on it to try and get into one of those corners. Brozovic on the ground. Ziyech takes the free kick, but it hits the wall. Amrabat just trying to load it back in. And Nesri chests the ball down, but cleared. And now can Croatia spring the counter-attack? Perisic looking for the ball. Ooh, and it's a corner to Croatia. That was a good counter-attack by Croatia, to be fair. Vlasic had the ball there, but it was a good tackle there to put it out for a corner. Croatia need to get themselves back into this game. It's been a very difficult first 20 minutes for them. They struggled. It's Kramaric. Vlasic, Modric, cross into the box, cleared. Vardio, that's a good interception there to keep the ball for Croatia. Can they do something with it? Here's Sosa. Perisic. Vardio is a very good defender. He's already showing his capabilities already. Good at reading the game. Showing composure. Lovren with the diagonal ball out wide. Here comes Morocco now. Hey God. Perisic. Oh, they lose the ball. Here's Amrabat. Boufal. Slowing it down a bit. Mazraoui. Big up Paxton. I hope Croatia can do something so Modric doesn't go outside, but this is not looking good so far. I feel like that midfield, this will probably be their last World Cup together. I don't see I could see Brozovic going maybe to the next squad, but he just won't be a mainstay. And obviously Kovacic will be the main midfielder with the potentially a couple of young players coming through. There's a ball over towards Hakimi. Can he keep it in? No. Oh, he does. Wow. I thought he went out. Here's Hakimi. Cross. Nope. Blocked. And it's a throw-in. But yeah, right now, Morocco are definitely on top. They've had the better of the game. I feel, yeah, the ball went out. I thought the ball went out, like, as well. From what I saw, first time, I thought the ball went out, but the linesman didn't see that. Interesting. But yeah, Morocco, it's been high energy from the beginning. I mean, they haven't been pressing like in unison, but whenever they see that the Croatians have the ball at the back, a couple of players go and press, which is kind of unsettled them a little bit. I think the energy in midfield, they're obviously on top in midfield. Like Modric hasn't been able to get his foot on the ball and comfortably play. They've had to move it very quickly, Croatia, to get forward. I think that here's En-Nesyri. I think that Sosa on the left hand side for Croatia has been struggling with Hakimi and Ziyech on that right hand side. For sure, it's not connecting as much on the left hand side between Mazraoui and Buffal. I've never really rated Buffal, to be fair. He's a very skillful player, but he's just not. He hasn't got that end product. Mazraoui, interesting for him in his first World Cup, young player at Bayern Munich. But yeah, this is interesting. I'm not too sure. I mean, obviously, as I mentioned, Croatia had a really poor Euros, went out in the round of 16 to Spain. And I was hoping that they'll come into this tournament with a renewed sense of confidence, because they're going to need it to be able to get through this group, to be fair. But big up yourself, Paxton. Gvardiol, the ball over the top towards Perisic. Here's Kramaric. Into the hands of Bono. And Nesri wins the header. And it's a foul on Gvardiol by, I think, Ziyech. Here's Lovren. Sosa. Yeah, they're really struggling to just to try and move the ball through midfield. You can see the press right now. Look, Bufal's now on Modric. Brozovic has no time, and Nesri's just on his back. So they're really struggling to just push the ball forward through midfield. Look how deep Modric is, just picking the ball up, just trying to start the attacks for them. The shape for Croatia is really good. For Morocco is really good. You can see Amrabat working hard just to stop them just even getting a pass to go forward. Look, they're just struggling really. And it's going to force them to try and hit that diagonal ball or that long ball. Look, see right there, Modric to Perisic. It's a good ball, but he's been forced to make that pass. Here's Kovacic now. Ball into the box. Bono, comfortable for Bono in goal for Morocco. And this is what the Moroccans are trying to do to Croatia. They don't want them to be able to move through midfield and into the final third with the ability to have in that midfield. Because as I mentioned before, their forwards are not the best. Kramaric, Vlasic, they're not prolific at all. Perisic, we know he can score goals, but he's not, a goal scorer. He's somebody that can provide a lot of assists, though. So, it's pretty interesting as well. XG 0.26 for Morocco, 0.01 for Croatia. I mean, yeah, in terms of expected goals, Croatia they haven't really created any chances yet, to be fair. Like, and there's a tackle by Modric on Amrabat. Whereas Morocco have had a few chances themselves. Brozovic. Maybe there's now some time to exploit. Oh, such a poor pass. Oh, and the ball's gone out. Croatia struggling. Definitely struggling. They're just struggling to make that pass to unlock that defense. Here's A guard, Amrabat. Just got a bit of space and time now. Oh, such a poor pass there from Amrabat. He gets another chance though. Here's Ziyech with the ball towards En-Nesyri. It's another like decent opportunity there. Like, En-Nesyri just wasn't anticipating that pass to go through, so he didn't really make the run. Yeah, until it was too late. Maybe the ball was a bit overhit from Ziyech, but it was a good idea. Here's Brozovic now. Sosa. Lovren. Modric. And they lose the ball. Can Ziyech gather? Nope. Good recovery there from Kovacic. Modric. It's a bit of space now. Can Modric find a good ball? Here's Vlasic. And the ball goes out. Croatia throw. Here's Brozovic. Vardio. Can En-Nesyri gather that? He flicks it towards Buffal. Buffal feels like he's kicked in the ankle. Is it a foul? No, I don't think the referee's going to stop that. Is Buffal up? Yeah, he is. It's a good turn there by Vlasic, but Kovacic with time on the ball. That's a good ball there. Cross into the box. Ooh. Masrari had to put it out for a throw in. Here's Modric. Kovacic. Now Croatia are getting their foot on the ball a little bit, making some good passes. And just as I say that, they lose the ball. Man, like, wow factor. Boy, I know you watched that game yesterday. Suns versus the Lakers. What a game. Good luck to Brickwood. There was even a fight between D-Book and Pat Bev. I seen that this morning, actually. Yeah, there's a lot of trash talk and the tech. Yeah, I seen all of that. AD played well again. He's on a bit of a good run of form for himself. And he made history last night. I think he's first player to get 30 plus points, 15 rebounds and whatnot. Give me 1 second, people. Yes. Big up my guy CM. We're gonna see him here in the afternoon and evening games. But big up to man like CM in here. You got A guard. Here's A guard with the ball. And it's a foul by Croatia. I mean, now the game has kind of settled into a bit of a lull. I think the energy levels for Morocco have kind of come down a little bit. Croatia have now gotten their foot onto the ball. It's becoming a bit more of a chess game a little bit now in midfield. Nobody really wants to get no one really wants to give the ball away too much anymore. They're not really taking too many risky passes now. I'm thinking the heat is playing a factor. I don't know what the temperature is there, but I feel like the heat is playing a factor now. Morocco lose the ball there. Modric, that's a good ball. Brozovic now. Ooh, that's nice from Brozovic. Oh, that's a good pass. What are you doing? What was he doing? Vlasic, what are you doing? It's like he wasn't anticipating the ball. Wow. Because it was great play from Brozovic, man. He's nutmegged. I don't know who it was. It might have been Amala. I think he nutmegs him. Let's have a look. Oh, no, they're not going to replay. They're going to show the replay. But I think he nutmegs Amala. Skips, he gets away from him. I think it is. Is it? Who is it? Right. Skips past one and he gives the ball. And it's like, Vlasic just wasn't even anticipating that pass even getting towards him. So it's like, he looks back. The ball's already in front of him. By the time he looks back, it's just crazy. And then he just wastes the chance because he doesn't even know where the ball is. So there's a chance for them to get him behind. It was like the first time that really Croatia had any time, not even any time on the ball, more so like an opportunity to get past. Hakimi tackled there. I feel like the energy levels for Morocco have come down a bit. And Nesri can't hold the ball up there. And that's a foul by Amrabat. Yeah, 100%. So that's a foul. I mean, it is a foul. I feel like the energy levels have come down a lot for Morocco now. They've settled into a bit of a shape and they're just trying to do what they need to do. Hey, wow, fact, I know, man. I already had my breakfast, man. I'm good. It's the snack after this or lunch after this is where I'm heading to next. You know what I'm saying? Perisic to Brozovic. Spreads it out wide. Modric. Yeah, they definitely don't. They definitely don't because they're tired. They're already tired. They've worked hard. I think it's after about half an hour. That's when you could start to see them tire a little bit. They worked hard. They've worked really hard off the ball, pressing and whatnot. But I just feel like, I mean, you can see it, right? It's not only me in it. Like you can see they're tired now. for what I don't know why. Like, I mean, I understand why. I feel like the heat is playing a factor there. I don't know what the temperature is there, but they've definitely tired from that first 30 minutes. They were really pressing high up the pitch. They weren't giving Croatia any time on the ball to settle. And it's kind of calmed down. The energy levels have come down a bit. Here's Ziyech. That's a good ball. Into the box. Ooh, it's the wrong pass. Modric. Can he clear it? Nope, he loses the ball. Here's Hakimi. Hakimi gets pulled back. Yeah, it's a free kick. Modric had the ball. He loses it. And then Hakimi gets it, and then he pulls him back. So it is a foul. It's a free kick. But yeah, this is interesting how this game has played out in this first half. Croatia have had a bit more of a foothold in the game from about 35 minutes onwards. Whether that's good, it's not really created any more any extra opportunities for them, but it means that they're getting their foothold in the game a little bit more, and so they could probably take that momentum into the second half. But we have to wait and see what this free kick holds. Obviously, once again, as I mentioned, Hakimi is deadly at set pieces. Yeah, they can try, probe and open up those spaces, unless they kind of fall back into the tactics that the manager for Morocco has been employing over the last 2 months, which is very defensive football. We have to wait and see how that pans out in the second half. But Ziyech with the free kick, poor free kick. Kovacic to Modric. Is that going to go out for a goal kick? Oh, foreign, sorry. Ziyech thought he was fouled by Brozovic. That's a fraud ass African country. Is it? On paper, they look like a good. Vlasic has gone down with a bit of an injury. Medical staff are going to come on. I'm reckoning that it's very warm there right now. Let me actually double check what the temperature is right now in Doha, because there's no way that within 35 minutes that energy that that Morocco had has just dissipated. I just don't know how. But let's have a look. Doha. It's 27 degrees there, like currently right now. So it's not like stupid hot, but I don't know, what is it? What's the humidity like? 38%. 38% humidity. It's not that bad. Like it's not dry, but it's not that bad. So it's like I don't understand how they've just tired so quickly and basically allowed Croatia to get back into the game. The problem is Croatia with the quality on the passes. You know, some of the passes are, and I think there may have to be some changes potentially up front. Vlasic is feeling okay. So he's going to come back onto the pitch now. But this has been another good first half. I mean, no goals, but it's been a very good first half. Like, I can't lie to you. Like, it's been competitive. Just wish for more chances on goal, but maybe we'll see one before the half ends. Is Amrabat? There's a bit of space there for Mazraoui if they can find him. Saiss to Mazraoui now. He's got Buffal with him. Saiss to go back to Saiss. We Africans don't get tired that quick, I'm telling you. Sosa with the header away. Hakimi. Ziyech. And the ball goes out. I missed this one. I don't know what chance you're talking about, but let's see if I'm going to see it. I'm just seeing a foul. Buffal just fouling. I think it's Juranovic. Bro, the sun is out now. Cameroon, 9 a.m. tomorrow with the Indomitable Lions. Yeah, watching that game as well. I want to see what your team is saying. Oh, ooh. Bono coming out early to punch the ball. Here's Perisic. I'm sure this is the chance coming soon. Sosa. Ooh, good save, Bono. For I believe it, yeah, from Vlasic. Wow. I just seen the save now. 2 minutes of additional time now. And yeah, Croatia have definitely come back into this game. Morocco, they're tired now. I don't know what they need. They need half time desperately. Modric digs out the pass to Sosa. Ball goes out for a throw in. If Abubakar starts, we finished. What's happened to Abubakar, man? How can the top scorer in AFCON? Yeah, Kramaric went down, tackled from Bono. What happened to Abubakar, man? Top scorer in AFCON, nice finish, bro. What's going on? What's going on? Ooh, Sosa. Agard. Vlasic pressing Bono. There's Kramaric. Brozovic with the crossfield pass towards Perisic. Hakimi with a good header to intercept. Vlasic, ooh, good tackle. Ooh, Modric with the shot just from just outside the box, goes over the bar. He ain't scored since AFCON and he only has 4 goals in the Saudi League. That's peak. That is peak. It's a good block by Agard. But then the shot over the bar from Modric. Definitely Croatia have been on top. And that's half time. Croatia have been on top for the last 10 minutes of this first half. It was all Morocco for the first 30 minutes. I believe they've tired quite a lot, actually. And it's now, it was beginning to tell from about 30 minutes in. Croatia was able to get themselves back into the game by one, keeping the ball. But I think they've also adapted to what they need to do. Move the ball quickly and get it forward from back to front as quickly as possible. So, you know, it's been, I would say on the balance of it, it's been fairly even. Croatia have had a few chances towards the end of that first half to try and get a goal. Morocco had a few chances within that first 30-minute spell where they were very dominant in the game. And you could argue, yeah, it 0-0 is fair for what it is. There's not been really any clear cut chances. Obviously, that save from Bono at the end there from, I believe it was Vlasic, was probably the closest we've gotten to a goal for either side. But yeah, another competitive game of football. You can't argue. You can't ask for more, to be honest with you, except for a goal for either of the sides. I was impressed in the first 30 minutes between the partnership that Hakimi and Ziyech were forming on that right hand side. Sosa was really in trouble and Perisic was struggling to help out his teammate. I think in midfield, Amrabat was playing pretty well in that first 30 minutes of the game. I think the centre backs, Saiss and Nagar and Agard were really good as well. Was hoping to see a bit more from Mazraoui on that left hand side, but not really much of a good partnership between himself and Buffal. For Croatia, Gvardiol, he's been the standout player, I think, in this first half. Brozovic, Kovacic, and Modric have gotten themselves back into the game a little bit more. And then I think that front three of Vlasic, Kramaric, what's his name? Let me just make sure I get the name right. Yeah, and Perisic. Sorry, and Perisic haven't really gotten themselves. They've gotten themselves back into the game a little bit more, trying to just get a chance, at least on target and everything like that. Let me see. Let me just check the statistics in this game so far. Croatia have had 59% of the possession to 41% to Morocco. 5 shots for Morocco, but none on target. 4 shots with the one on target at the end there by Kramaric for Croatia. And yeah, like I feel like they've definitely got themselves back into the game in the last 15 minutes of the game. So it is very, very interesting for the Croatians. But let me know your thoughts on that first half and who you think deserved to maybe go in at halftime 1-0 up. But yeah, Doha, 27 degrees. I feel like the heat played a part in Morocco's kind of, like falling off in that first half, to be honest with you, because they were really bright in that first half and they've just kind of fallen off like in the last 15 minutes of the game. But good performance from them in the first like 30 minutes of the game. I feel like Croatia will feel that now the momentum is in their favor, so they'll be able to go into this second half with a bit more confidence to try and get past this Moroccan side. I wonder what's going to happen with Morocco. Are they going to revert to the tactics that the coach has been employing over the last 2 months since he's been in the job, where they're going to basically concede the ball and just soak up as much pressure as possible and then hit on the counter attack? They've got the players to do it. They also need to conserve energy because that first half was absolutely intense for them. And I don't know if the 15 minutes during halftime is going to help them recover enough to be able to try and get something in this game. But we have to wait and see. I mean, they're looking at the Croatia chances right now. They've had better chances for sure. But I feel like Morocco definitely had a bit more of the game in the first 30 minutes. But for everybody in here, make sure you're hitting that like button, subscribe button as well if you're new here. Hit the notification bell and all of that good stuff there. 3 more games. Today, Japan versus Germany at 1 p.m. UK time. Then we've got Spain, Costa Rica at 4 p.m. UK time, and then at 7 p.m. UK time, it is Belgium versus Canada. Canada in their first World Cup since 1986, I believe it is, when the World Cup was in Mexico. So we're looking forward to that. And then tomorrow, there's some good games. Obviously, Ghana versus Portugal will be happening as well at 4 p.m. UK time. Obviously, we'll see Brazil versus Serbia, and Switzerland versus Cameroon. We'll also see Uruguay versus South Korea. So there's another 4 games tomorrow. And then on Friday, we go back to Group A and Group B. Give me 1 second, people. Back in the building. Shishi TV, Morocco's gonna win. Let's see. First half, first 30 minutes, they were good. I can't lie to you, they were really good. But I don't know if they've got the energy levels to be able to keep up to make sure that they stay in this game, because Croatia have definitely come back into this game. So we have to wait and see about that. But big up yourself for coming through. Big up yourself for coming through. I'm surprised, man, like Sammy's not here, you know. It's his country, man. But it should be interesting. It should be interesting. I mean, I'm leaning towards Croatia getting this win in the end, because they just look like they've adapted to the conditions a little bit better. They have a better energy levels. They were on top towards the last 15 minutes of the game. Let's see how Morocco can regroup. They need to be able to regroup to be able to get something out of this game. And I'm not too sure that they can. I'm not too sure they'll be able to do so at this moment in time. So we have to wait and see. You have to wait and see. I wonder if there's going to be any changes for either side at halftime. But we have to wait and see. I think Croatia may need to make a change up front. I don't think Kramaric is. I think Vlasic has had a good first half. He should have scored, to be fair. But Kramaric, I don't know how much he's really offered, to be fair. But we have to wait and see. Morocco fans are there. Croatia fans are there. Should be interesting. Yeah, they've made a substitution. Vlasic is coming off. He was injured towards, and his Palisic is coming on. That's a bit of a shame. Vlasic was doing his thing in that first half. Palisic is now on. But he's more of a midfielder as opposed to being a forward. So we have to wait and see. But the second half is about to begin for me over here. Bono in the Moroccan goal. Okay, we haven't started because Amrabat has come onto the pitch late. And we've kicked off. Is Lovren and Nesri just tracking him. maybe the energy levels have come back up for Morocco because they're beginning to do the press again. Juranovic with the throw for Croatia. So long throw towards Kramaric. Hakimi, here's Unahi. He loses the ball in midfield. Here's Brozovic now, picks up the ball. Palisic, Modric, Sosa, Gvardiol. And back to Likovic. The Morocco fans are there. Supporting their nation. It's a ball over top by Gvardiol. Is Palisic. Back to Perisic. Is Sosa with a cross into the box. And I believe it's offside. Perisic, yeah, I think Perisic was offside. Or maybe, yeah, Palisic. Or Pasalic, sorry. Modric was pressing, looking for help. He's vacated space in midfield. Here's Buffal. And Nesri Buffal. It's a good play between the two of them. And you take that. Juranovic puts the ball out of play. Mazraoui to take the throw-in. Here's Buffal. And he can't get away from Juranovic. And it's a goal kick to Croatia. Ziyech winning the ball back there. Tries to play the ball into Nesri Gvardiol once again with a good interception. Kovacic trying to battle away with Ziyech. I said handball shouts. Let's see. Amrabat. Oh, that's a nice turn by Ziyech. Here's Buffal. Ooh, Mazraoui, head up. Livakovic with a quick save. Pasalic. Kramaric. It's a ball over the top. Or diagonal to Perisic. Bruv, I'm moving there tomorrow. Tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow, the whole day. I need to just test it out. Ooh, crossed by Ivanovic. Put out for a corner. By Hakimi. Nah, that's not handball, man. It's not. Hits the elbow. And he's turning away from the ball. Livakovic with a save from Mazraoui's header. Ooh! Ooh! Chance for Croatia. Lovren with a shot. Bono is down in the goal. Holding his hip. It would have been a clash between him and Gvardio. Saiz as well was in there. Lovren with the chance and Amrabat with the clearance. Croatia are getting closer. Mazraoui is down. Mazraoui's down getting treatment. Big up Bobby in here. Big up yourself. Okay, so that's probably where the Mazraoui injuries come from. Just landed on his side. Maybe a bit of impact to the turf. He's asking for a stretch, or the referee was asking for a stretch, and now he's told him to wait. But Mazraoui's down. That's not good for Morocco, but you have to wait and see. He's up and walking, so he should be fine. Be a drop ball. Lovren back to Livakovic. Juranovic. Lovren. Gvardio. He's had a really good game, to be fair. Brozovic loses the ball. Gvardio to just clean up. That ball's gone all the way out before he goal kick to Morocco. Lovren now. Sosa. Lovren again. Brozovic battling for the ball. Modric with the ball out to Perisic. Can't get past Hakimi. It's a throw in. A good draw for Morocco. And I'm expecting all three teams to beat Canada, but it will come down to if Croatia beats Belgium or Morocco beats Belgium. That's an interesting take. Modric, poor ball forward. I've just seen what's his name on the bench. What's the guy's name? The former striker. Bruv, what's this guy's name, man? How have I forgotten his name? Former Croatian striker. I forgot his name, fam. I forgot his name. If it comes to me, I'll mention it. Here's Bono. The ball upfield. Header away by Lovren. Mazraoui's still feeling the issue in his hip. I think he wants to get subbed off. I think so. I think he's asking for the substitution. I don't think he can continue. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Mandzukic. Sorry. It just the name just slipped my mind. Yes, Mandzukic. Canada will go through with the power of immigrants. Says, and then Mazraoui's gone down. Yeah, he just landed on his hip when he had that header that Livakovic saved. And he's just not been able to recover from it. So it looks like he's going to go off. I think they're bringing the stretcher. This is a shame. This is his first World Cup as well. The substitute's already getting warmed up. Well, he's applying the tape to his ankles. He's getting ready to come on. Mazraoui's game will end here. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. He hasn't had the best game, to be fair, but I don't think it's his fault. I think Buffal is not the most effective partner for him on that left-hand side. But Buffal is the only player that they've got that can operate in that left-hand side. So Atiatala is coming on in place of Mazraoui. Still no. 60 minutes gone. Can one of these sides get the first goal in this game? Let's see. Modric, Juranovic, Gvardiol. Good interception by Buffal. Croatia don't look good. I was expecting an easy win for them. You know what is their team is not really stacked with a lot of quality though. That midfield is probably their best, the best of their team. Like those three, Modric, Kovacic, and Brozovic, they're probably the best of the team. The defense is kind of new look. I mean, you can't say for Lovren, but for Juranovic, Sosa, and Guardiola, that's a new look defense, inexperienced defense at this level. And up front, they're not prolific, so they're not as good as what people may place them to be. Maybe a few years ago, they were really good, but not now. And that midfield is getting older with Brozovic and Modric in their 30s. Modric won't be at the next World Cup. I think he'll be at the next Euros, though. Here's Hakimi now. Can he put a good cross into the box? Ooh, evades everybody, including Nesri. Ooh, and Amala. The cross took a deflection, though. Here's Modric now. Brozovic. Pasalic was intercepted there. Here's Amrabat. Buffal, nice. Gets away from his defender. But poor pass there in the end. Here's Amala to... I should have let him play on. But it's a free kick. Amala brought down by Modric. He's definitely looking his age in this game. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same as being at Real Madrid and dominating everybody that you play. He's definitely looked his age. You know, the midfielders around in the Moroccan side have really made it difficult for him to play. When he's been on the ball and then off the ball, he's just looked a bit off the pace. So he's, giving away a couple of fouls as well. But it's another free kick for Morocco. It's a bit further out. This one looks more like it's going to be a Hakimi free kick. What I say, it's maybe like 35 yards out. But it's at an angle, so it's a bit better for Hakimi here. Ooh! Saved by Livakovic. A good free kick but it's a great height for Livakovic. Nobody's working in Saudi today. It's been declared a national holiday by beating Argentina. Yeah. Yes, we heard about that yesterday. That was a big win for Saudi Arabia. And they topped the group as well after yesterday's results too. Buffal has come off. I think it was needed, to be fair. He's not been great. There's Zalzuli on in his place. Here's Modric. They're all celebrating, partying, and eating. I would too, but I can't lie to you. I definitely would. I'll be on that. Amrabat intercepts the ball on Nahi. Amrabat gives the ball away. Modric. Kramaric, Modric, and they recover. Now he clears the ball upfield. But the ball's going to come right back because Croatia are now on top in the game again. I'm looking at Morocco, and I don't think the energy levels have dropped off again. You know, they came out in the second half, they were pressing a little bit more, and then it's kind of dropped off again. They're now dropping deep, and Nesri's looking a bit isolated as well. Players are trying to press to just make it difficult for Croatia to make the pass, but they've broken the line again. Good tackle by Ziyech. She just tried to get back into position there. Here's Perisic. Lovren. Gvardiol. Brozovic. It's a poor pass. Hakimi with the ball forward. That's another poor pass. Brozovic picks it up again. Can he make a better pass this time? Kovacic. Sosa. Perisic. Kovacic again. To Brozovic. Lovren stepping forward. There's a ball there for Juranovic. He gets it again. Just over 20 minutes to go in this game. Kovacic. Brozovic. Their shape is Morocco's shape is really good though. Despite the fact that they're not pressing, they're actually keeping the shape, intercepting all of these passes, making it very difficult for Croatia to come through. Credit to them though. Credit to them. I can't lie to you. Like they make it very difficult for anyone to play through them. Here's Juranovic. He feels that he gets fouled. He gets fouled. As Zalzuli with the hand on his shoulder, kind of just pushing him over. Yeah, on his back. Yeah, he just pushes him in the back. Kramaric coming off. Livaya coming on. He's a bit unpredictable, so we'll see what he has to offer now. But he's a bit unpredictable for Croatia, so plays for Hajduk Split in Croatia. Ooh, and Nesri with the clearance, but it goes over the bar. Could have been an own goal, to be fair. From Nesri, he's facing towards his own goal, and that's always a recipe for disaster. Because he's gone with his left. It could have ended up in the net, to be honest with you. Modric with the corner now. Stands the ball up, and it's a header out. Nath Agard with the header, crucial header there to get in between the two. Gets a bump on his head for his troubles. But it was two Croatia players. Then he wins the header, man. That's great determination from Agard. Amrabat was in no man's land, trapped underneath everybody. Lovren was behind Agard, and he had to get that crucial header to put it out for a corner. Otherwise, it would have been an opportunity for Croatia to score. Modric with another corner. Bono. Quick throw out. Oh, Zaluli, come on. It was Zuli. Why, man? Should have passed the ball. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Greedy. Yeah, he wanted all the glory, man. Come on, man. That's your chance on the counter. You waste it. Here's Modric now. Yeah, they've settled into this counter-attacking tactic now. Morocco. Croatia have all the ball. They're trying to play. Morocco making it very difficult for them to even have time on the ball. They're doing pretty well, man. They're doing really well, Morocco. I can't lie to you. I thought the energy levels had dipped off, but they're conserving them in moments. They're really, really working hard to try and stop this Croatia team from playing. Croatia just trying to play their game, try and play through this. Modric is dropping deep and just trying to force the ball forward from deep. Here's Juranovic. Pasalic. To Sosa. Perisic. Brozovic. Sosa. Kovacic. And that's a Morocco throw. It's a Morocco throw. Those players that want to be known as heroes but forgot it's a team game and not individual. Yep, 100%. He's just come off the bench. Should have been looking to pass that ball instead of trying to work an opportunity to shoot for himself. So yeah, I hear what you're saying, man. Cristiano Ronaldo has been fined £50,000 are given a 2-match suspension by the FA for the incident involving an opposition fan's phone. That was against Everton. I think it was that we lost that game. I think was it 2-1 or something like that. And he threw that fan's phone on the ground. Good for him, man. Like so unnecessary. I don't know why he was moving like that, but good. Gets his 2-match suspension. Modric. It's a good ball by Guardiola. Sosa. Ooh. Trying to play the ball towards Livaya. Ball given away. Modric. Perisic. Tried to cross the ball into the box. Gets blocked. Yeah. So the next Premier League game, if he ever plays a Premier League game ever again in his career, that's when it would take effect. So I don't think it matters anyway, because I don't think I struggle to see where he goes though. I struggle to see where he goes. I mean, I've seen the rumors about this. I've seen the rumors about this Wow Factor where apparently he will go on loan or Newcastle will sign him, then he will go on loan to a Saudi club, then come back next season if they make the Champions League or something like that. And for his troubles, he gets paid that 500k a week or whatever it is, just like how he's getting at United essentially. So apparently I've heard this. I don't know if he'll do it though. It's Brozovic. Livakovic. It looks as if Morocco have gotten that second wind. Amrabat fouling. That's a booking. Modric. Yeah, it's not. There's not been many chances, man. It's been a chess game, to be honest with you. Morocco have been they've been pressing. They've been stopping Croatia from playing through them. Croatia have struggled to really find each other on the field. Yeah, and it's not been a game of many chances either. So I can agree with you on that one. A bit of a dead game, to be fair. But let's see. It might open up in these last 10 minutes, you know. All I'll say is that Morocco have worked really hard to keep this 0-0. And they're about to make another substitution. Croatia are about to make one as well. Kovacic is coming off. He's had a decent game. He's had a decent game. Maya coming on. Long throw by Juranovic coming into the box. Here's Maya now. First touch of the ball. Juranovic tries to dig one out. That's a handball there by Amala. Yeah, handball. Yeah, it's been a discussion taking place that money is no problem for Newcastle. Ronaldo knows that it's now about Champions League, and he wants first choice, so he'll get that because the Saudis love him. Yeah, I've heard the rumor. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I heard the rumor this morning that he will end up at Newcastle, but he'll have to go at a Saudi club on loan for the rest of the season or whatever. Modric to take this free kick. Nope. But yes, he takes it. Ooh, Guardiola with the header. Goes wide. He thinks he was being fouled there. Double substitution now for Morocco. And Nesri's coming off. He's been very isolated up front, to be honest with you. Hamed Allah's coming on. Unahi's off as well. For Sabiri. Should have put the Puma logo on the left. Yeah, I can see what you're saying, isn't it? Like that the left hand side is looking kind of empty still. But I like their kit though. It's nice and simple. I like it. Marco Asensio on new contract with Real Madrid. Hopefully, renewal can be done, and I will be very happy at Real Madrid. Hopefully, to stay for another 10 more years at Real. Bro, Asensio is not trying to play no football, bro. He's chilling in Madrid. He loves the lifestyle. Here's Sosa. He doesn't get the ball back from Pasalic. 8 minutes plus added time to go in this game. It's looking like a 0-0. Man, like Realist. Big up Realist in here, man. 7:41 a.m. Yeah, bro. For you lot, it's early over there. But it's nearly midday for us over here still. The game's been dead, though. I can't lie. Not many chances. Amrabat. No. Sabiri. Game's been dead. Not many chances, man. Like, it's been difficult still. Like, for Croatia to even play through them. Because they're set up so well defensively. But I think on the other end, like, they've just been tired, man. All that hard work off the ball has just tired them out, man. So when they're trying to play the ball forward, it's become very like some of the passes have become very tired, overhit. It's just annoying, man. Can you imagine if Ronaldo's playing for Newcastle versus United and scores at Old Trafford, and taunts Eric Ten Hag or Gary Neville's saying this is light work, fam? I don't care where he goes, man. I don't care what he does anymore, man. He's finished anyway, though. He's definitely finished. Yeah, because if he goes to Newcastle, that's gonna affect their whole plan. Lovren, Gvardiol, Sosa, Modric. Trying to dig out a pass. Nah, poor. His size. Sabiri. There you go. Man said, don't respect your GOAT. He's not Pessy. Hey, that's not my GOAT, man. Ronaldinho's my GOAT, fam. Ronaldinho's my GOAT, not Ronaldo, fam. Good take by Livakovic. Can they get back? Can they get something in this game, Croatia? Amrabat wins the ball back. Zuli on the wing for Morocco. Tries to cut in between the two of Perisic. No, they say they won the ball. Perisic and Juranovic. They play the ball forward, but yeah. Yeah, leave it vacant. Don't give it to nobody. Nobody's worthy of it. You said Zidane and R9 all day for yeah. I can't argue with that, innit? Like, I can't argue with that, man. That era of football we were stacked with stars. So whoever you pick from that era of football, I'm not arguing with you. That's your choice. It's all about your interpretation of the game and all of that. For me, as Ronaldinho, he's the person that made football different for me, innit? Like, but for other people, it would have been Zidane or R9 or some people would have been Xavi or like or whomever, bruv. Some people would have said Ibrahimovic. Some would have said Maldini, fam. Oh, just too strong on the ball. I think he would have been offside. Levaya. Hey, God. Crossfield ball. Atatala coming forward from left back. Here's Sabiri. Diagonal ball. Cut out by Sosa. Pasalic. Modric. Getting tracked. Modric. It's been poor, fam. It's been poor, man, for Modric, man, today. His age is definitely catching up with him. In this side, for Real Madrid, he looks amazing. But when you take him out that Real Madrid side with lesser players across the field, just generally, it kind of looks a bit average, man. And he's not. Oh, bro, Zalzuli just left the ball. Juranovic, that's a foul. Come on, man, just blocks him off. He's out of position. Man like Atatala out here claiming other man's goal. What has Dino done for your club? Go away, fam. Bruv, I watch football, innit? I don't just watch Man United, did it? I said, Bumbo talks. You just need to accept that Father Time is in his neck. He needs to call it a day. That's it, man. Time has caught up with him. He doesn't remember when they did the same thing to Ruud van Nistelrooy because Fergie wanted Ronaldo and Rooney to be part of the attack. Now it's your turn, innit? Ten Hag has come in and he wants to make Rashford, Martial, Garnacho, Sancho, Anthony part of his attack, bruv. He don't need Ronaldo for this, bruv. He wants to get a new striker, bruv. For wow factors, Mario, Rivaldo, Recoba, Ortega, Almada. Yeah, these are, bruv, that era of football, man. That era of football, bruv, in the 90s, early 2000s, that was it for me. CR7 could never lose to Saudi Arabia and blame it on his teammates. Whatever, man. Watch tomorrow, fam. Tomorrow is gonna be a good game, fam. That's all I know. Because when Amate sees my man, yeah, it's a problem, fam. I feel like it will take some time. It will take a little while for some of the teams to get on the same wavelength in this competition. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's just the thing about it with Croatia is like their forwards are not prolific. It's a new look defense. If you take away Lovren, the keeper's not necessarily reliable. Although he's been all right in this game. Their midfield is their key strength, and those three have struggled today. You know, so and Perisic has come on. Perisic is also getting older himself too. Like, you know, so it's pretty interesting. And Perisic has come off now. Orisic has come on. Boy, a lot of European teams will go home. Joining the first game is not helping them. Yep, for sure. Manchester United supporters just given a statement saying they want to form some sort of fan ownership deluded group. That's never happening, by the way. They've been talking about this for over a year. It's not happening. Man is out here talking about replacing CR7 with Rashford and 2016 Wonder Kid Martial. Have shame. Relax, man. That's what we have at the club. Who else can I mention, fam? Muller up front for Germany. Interesting. We're watching that game very soon. Just gonna wait for this game to end. Then it's snack or lunchtime. Have some food, do a couple of things, then get ready for the game. 6 minutes of added time. One of these teams can get a goal to win the game. This is their moment. Ziyech has been useless. Halfway line goal merchant. Yeah, he's not been. Second half, he's not been great. First 30 minutes, he was good. Linking up with Hakimi well. Zalzuli with the ball into the box. Livakovic, comfortable save. Comfortable save. I mean, all in all, man, the end product for both sides haven't been great. It's been a very, very it's been a chess game, to be honest, in that midfield. That's where the battle has been mainly. Croatia struggling to play through. They keep having to go wide, keep going side to side and back. The Moroccans have set up well defensively, kept their shape, not allowed Croatia to play through them. They've pressed as well at times, but for themselves as well, final third, it's just not really come together for them either. And look, 7 attempts on goal for either side, and only 2 on target for either side. So you can argue on the balance of it, it should be a draw. You're just hoping a bit more quality in the final third would have helped for both sides, to be honest with you. Ziyech had that nice switch of play go viral and stole a living. Yo, that's funny. If Canada can hold Belgium, this group is wide open. This is probably the most even group, I think, out of all of the groups that we've seen so far. Like, just on paper, you look at all of them sides, none of them are, I want to say none of them are like that much better than the other. I feel like they all are fairly evenly matched. Even Canada, like, I can't even lie to you, like, but we'll see. We'll see how the match goes tonight. If Canada lose that game, then you can say, oh, okay. But I feel like the teams are evenly matched in this group still. So it could be one of any of them to go through. No one give a damn about PR Kelly. No, we don't want no Canada doing shit. We have agendas to run. Oh man. Modric fouled. Bruh. Ziyech fouling him as well. Boy. It's not been the best game to start the day. I can't lie to you. Hopefully the other games in today's action will provide us with a bit more goals. But what CM said was right. It's going to take some time for some of these teams to adapt, to get on the same wavelength as of the other teammates. We also have to remember that this is a very weird time for them to be playing this World Cup. So for some players who have played at a World Cup before, they're not going to be used to this at this stage of the season. For other players who it's their first ever World Cup, they have to adapt to this kind of pressure that early, you know. And I mentioned before yesterday, usually when a World Cup starts, well, before it starts, the teams get together and have a warm-up camp and all of that stuff so that they can go over tactics and train together and do all of these other things prior to the actual tournament. But they didn't have that. Like, some teams had friendlies, other teams just only trained and didn't have that much time to train. And so they've just gone straight into this tournament, which is, you know, like, it was kind of like how when a team goes into international friendlies in October and November, we have international friendlies across the world, right? And so it's kind of similar to that. They just literally just meet up with their camps, and a couple of days later, the tournament started. So yeah, it's going to take time for this tournament to warm up. We'll hopefully see a bit more quality from some of the other teams still. Let's see. Morocco coming forward. Poor ball. So poor. And they've won the ball back. It looks, ooh. No, they haven't. Good tackle. Yeah, they're still playing the game, but there's only 2 minutes left. There's only 2 minutes left. AEM visuals. There's only 2 minutes or a minute left now. It's still 0-0. It's not been the greatest game, to be honest with you. A lot of quality lacking in the final third. These Croatia fans, they look stressed. Some of them look stressed anyway. This is their final opportunity now in the game. Modric is over the free kick, crosses it in, headed away. Livaya tried to pass the ball forward to Guardiola. Bruv, big up Isaac, man. It's true, bruv. Ezazuli just turned up for the vibes, bruv. He just came here, done a couple of runs. The game's over now, man. Full time, 0-0. And I feel like on the balance of it, a draw is fair. Modric struggled. Modric struggled a lot in the game. That midfield struggled a lot against this kind of resolute Moroccan side. I can understand the frustration of some of the Moroccan supporters over the last 2 months, where they say that they're maybe a bit too defensive, you know, playing on the counter attack. So I can understand it. But you live to fight another day. You get a point. At least you didn't lose. For Croatia, disappointing, as they had a pretty good second half. They couldn't put away any of their chances. So, and the chances were few and far between. Probably about 2 in that second half themselves too. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Man said boring. I was expecting Croatia to win. Boy. I mean, look, we got another game coming in about 50 odd minutes or so. Germany versus Japan. I'm expecting a lot better game coming up later. So make sure you stay tuned for that. 0-0 between Morocco and Croatia. They both share a point in this group, in Group F. The other game in this group, Belgium versus Croatia, is at 7 p.m. UK time. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And we'll see what happens there. But for right now, people, I'm going to have myself some foods or something like that, sort out a few things, and then get ready for this next game. So make sure you stick around for that. We are watching Germany versus Japan. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button as well if you're new. Hit the notification bell and all that good stuff there. And be back, people. Peace.